Steph here from She Made This. I just want to tell you about a little experience I had. Last weekend I went to the Justice Conference in Mount Wellington, and as part of that there was all sorts of amazing speakers. It was the first time the Justice Conference had been held in New Zealand, and as part of it I went through a what they call an experience, or the experience of what it feels like to be trafficked. So it just gave us a taster of what one person every 27 seconds experiences in the world. So it was an experience to show us what it would be like to be trafficked. So and yeah, it was a rather confronting experience. So what physically happened was we were briefed about it, and then we had to grab a scarf that from the middle of the room that resonated to us, and then the women were told you need to put it over your head and draped around you, and the men had to put it around tie it somehow around their neck. So then we were shepherded outside. We were told the situation was in a lot of developing countries where poverty is a huge issue. They're brought up to really respect their elders and everything they say. So what actually happens in these instances is, you know, an uncle or relative of the family will come to them and say, look, we can take your child and help them get a job in one of the cities, and they paint this euphemistic picture of how they can help the family. So the parents release their children thinking that they're going to be helped to find employment to help the family earn some sufficient income to survive. The reality is, you know, uncle and auntie are lovely when you first meet them, and but then things rapidly turn to custard. So physically what we experienced was we were taken outside, and as soon as we got outside the front door, there were menacing people wielding these piping tubes, and we were told to line up in two rows, and very quickly the tone changed. So it was we had to be in two lines. We weren't allowed to make any eye contact with the people who were there marshalling us. And it was just a very weird, strange experience to walk out into a road in Auckland where there were people coming past watching us, and we were all of a sudden, we were very subservient. We were feeling out of our depth. Very bit confused and helpless, all these kind of issues that go through for people who are being trafficked every day. The sad reality is that only 1% of the girls trafficked actually get rescued. So we were going through all these experiences of feeling rather overwhelmed. We had to stand in these two rows, and we were constantly, the people were coming up and down beside us. What are you doing? Don't make eye contact with me. All sorts of things, and we had to keep right behind the person in front of us, hold hands with the person next to us, and then we'd been given a piece of paper which essentially was our passport. So we got to passport control eventually after like 5 or 10 minutes in this queue waiting to be processed, and that was a very confronting experience. Like, you know, what can you do to pay us? You know, uncle's been very kind to you, oh, I like your ring, you know, but just all sorts of stuff happening. And then we were tied together with was those plastic tie tag things, and quite tightly, and we had to shuffle our way back along the footpath through a car park to a truck, where we were herded onto this truck, and then the door shut, and we were all of a sudden we were in pitch black, and the truck started up, and we were just in darkness. Are we going to move? You know, and then all of a sudden things were being whacked against the side of the truck. So there's that real feeling of vulnerability. We'd been deceived, you know, how long is this going to, what's next, what is going on? And then we were allowed off the truck, and we were shepherded into Uncle's business, where we were taught how to make paper bags, and it had to be done exactly to their specifications. And we were told we each had to make 10 to repay Uncle, because we had cost him a lot of money for the favour of coming to work for him. And we had to make these paper bags, and then Uncle came and inspected. They weren't good enough, so we had to make 50 bags each. And then he still wasn't happy, and he said, do I have to beat Auntie? And he took her away, and you hear her being beaten because our work's not good enough. So then we were up to having to make 150 bags. So all of a sudden you're kind of feeling like, is this ever going to end? And you know, what's coming next? Is it going to be worse? Well, from what I've read, I know it can be, and I just wondered where it was going to go. So basically then we actually got rescued at that point, which, you know, fortunate for us, but that's not the reality for most people. So, you know, basically, you know, looking at preventative ways of dealing with things is kind of what's motivated me with the She Made This thing, because giving some of these women the opportunity of economic independence, because they're not given the education that the males in the family tend to get, it's just empowering women with confidence to be able to provide for themselves and their family. And it just, every child being educated gives them more choices and opportunities for the future. So, you know, that's why I kind of think it's like preventative medicine. It's kind of, you know, giving financial independence gives people dignity, and it's, you know, it's not just about the paycheck, although that's important too, obviously, for them, but business, social or otherwise is about dignity. So it's about individuals. It's hi Catherine, I can see you've joined us here, and also Nicola from Where Are You in the World Now. And it's about individuals having opportunity to take control of their futures, to build their confidence, express themselves, and form you know, meaningful relationships with the wider global community in many instances. And it's a place to support someone to, you know, build social capital. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We're just starting up, She Made This, starting up a passionate partner scheme. So if that's something that resonates with you, come and visit the website and find out a little bit more about it. And yeah, Catherine, we are so sheltered and lucky in life in New Zealand. Every time I visit our partners overseas, it just makes you more and more appreciative about what we have here and how fortunate we are. And yeah, I just wanted to sort of share the statistics are 1% of people getting rescued at the moment. And I found this quote I want to read to you. It says, "I am only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. And I won't let what I can't do stop me from doing what I can do." And that was somebody called E.E. Hale. So yeah, just some food for thought. Have a great day, and speak to you soon. Come and visit us on the website.